Hey there, I'm meteorologist April Madison, and I'm going to talk about the difference between El Nino and La Nina. These episodes have been shown through numerous studies to have widespread weather impacts, especially on larger scale weather patterns. But what about their impacts on a more local basis, like right here at home? One of the questions we get asked every year is not only what is the difference between El Nino and La Nina, but how does it impact our monsoon? So let's take a look. El Nino is just essentially a warming of ocean waters in the central and eastern Pacific, which often leads to an increase in rainfall in this particular area. This also means less surface winds, and in some cases that can lead to a shift from easterly to westerly winds, which can often increase hurricane activity. So basically, the warmer the ocean water, the stronger the El Nino, which typically leads to cooler than average temperatures and wetter than average precipitation across the desert. Now let's take a look at La Nina and compare it. It is essentially the opposite of El Nino, meaning cooler than normal ocean waters, which leads to stronger winds and usually less hurricane activity for the central and eastern Pacific. When it comes to temperatures, La Nina typically leads to average desert temperatures and, of course, drier winter months. But believe it or not, there can also be something that we call a neutral pattern. This means neither El Nino nor La Nina. Oftentimes we have average or close to average sea surface temperatures, and this can result in normal hurricane activity and, of course, normal winds. So a neutral pattern also typically means warmer than average temperatures across the desert. We all know about that, and average annual precipitation. So now that we understand the difference between La Nina, El Nino, and a neutral pattern, let's take a look at the last 3 transition years where we went from an El Nino winter to a La Nina summer. They were 2007, 2010, and 2016. Rain amounts during those years were either near normal or well above normal compared to average rain total. So in general, monsoon after an El Nino winter typically leans wetter, and then wetter winters lean towards a drier monsoon.